Yeah, life pro tip. If you want to get paranoid about what t-shirt you wore and when, start a YouTube channel. Hey everybody, welcome back to another. So today I want to talk about, we'll do a marker and we'll do a sort of feature of BPD because these things tend to go together. So I want to talk to you about this concept of splitting and of extreme mood swings, because that's right. So the extreme mood swings, that's a BPD marker, and the splitting is a sort of feature that comes from that. So, right. So extreme mood swings is pretty straightforward. It's about extreme mood swings. And that means going from extreme happiness to extreme despair to back again, and all in the space of 5 minutes and all of that kind of thing. It's the kind of thing that just grabs you and shakes you on in the middle of a night out or something like that. I remember God, it's been so long since I've had a night out. But anyway, I remember many instances in my life of being on the dance floor in a nightclub and you're having the time of your life, and then suddenly it stops immediately. And everything, bang, stops. Now I'm depressed. And then, oh no, I'm not. I'm fine again. You can kind of, in that kind of context, I could be shaken out of it pretty quickly. Because you're heavily influenced by your environment. You know, if you're on a night out and you're with friends and you've had a lot to drink and you're dancing and all that, it's very easy to be pulled back into happiness. You know, there are so many videos of people dancing and crying on the internet. It's like that, basically. So that's the mood swing. And it also means things like quick to anger, quick to temper, quick to get all these things. It's really a pretty basic one. I just wanted to cover it and mention it and say, God, it's horrible. I sort of tend to go into it when I'm left to my own devices. I can just sort of, well, now I'm not thinking about anything. Let's think about sad things. And then that can happen. And I can sort of identify that I'm doing it and shake myself out of it somehow. But what that eventually leads to is splitting on something or someone. I don't particularly like the word splitting, but it's the terminology you're going to read on the internet. So there you go. Basically, this is the concept that anything is either brilliant or total garbage. And that applies to anything, everywhere, everyone, all of it. I can't think of anybody particularly well known that might have exhibited behavior like this. But, there you go. Basically, something will happen. Let's take people as an example, because people are a bit random, aren't they? You might have a friend who is your best friend in the world and you just adore this person. You can't think of a bad thing to say about them. They're just a brilliant, awesome thing. And then one day they do something you don't like, or they say something you don't like, or whatever. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they have actually done this, because, as you know, we read a lot of things into everything and interpret everything badly and that kind of thing. So maybe somebody's just said something in a tone you didn't like, or they took too long to reply to a message, or it could be anything, right? And then in the blink of an eye, that person will go from being the best, greatest person to being human garbage, and you hating them. And you just wishing bad things to befall them because you split. Everything's good or bad, and you go from one extreme to the other. It happens to me with, technology things fairly often. I go through phases with my phone. This is either the best phone ever made, or it's rubbish and I need to even change platform and that kind of thing. That's just how it goes. This sort of ties into obsession, which is another BPD feature, but it's a big one on its own. To sort of sticking with this one. Splitting is sort of a concept that you have to be aware of and try and be a bit more realistic of. It's very easily challenged, right? With the question of, really, what has this person done to you? Show me, point to it. Show me what this person has done that is so bad. And when you can't, it kind of all falls apart. You haven't got a leg to stand on with whatever anger you're feeling or whatever hate you're feeling or everything like that. It's really easily done. And I encourage you to do that whenever you decide that you think something is total garbage. And that exercise in itself has helped me sort of change how I see things in the world. There are a lot more shades of grey now. I am a lot less quick to anger and a lot less quick to judge. All that sort of thing. Because I'm just trying to see all sides of things all the time so that I don't start seeing something as all good or all bad, because nothing is either. Right? Nothing is perfect and nothing is totally useless without any merit. Well, you get the gist of what I'm saying anyway. You've got to keep that grip on reality, and it's difficult to do when you've decided that something is all terrible and you're having a big mood swing and you hate everything anyway. And then someone crops up and gets in your way. And then suddenly that person is the worst person that ever lived. Hitler's got nothing on this guy because he said this thing and I didn't like it. So that's it. It's a horrible thing to have to try and live with. It takes so much joy out of your life. It takes people out of your life. It takes just so many things away from you. And I still, it's another one that I feel cheated out of stuff by. Like, I've lost people from my life because of this. I've lost things I would have enjoyed. I've not done things I would have wanted to do because of this all good, all bad kind of thing. But it's getting better. And that's a doable thing at least. Okay, everybody, you take care and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.